ちてイメージだけの頼りない翼でもきっと飛べるぜ Oh my
Alright everybody, welcome to another Ink and Paint Club review show. My name is JD, and who do I have with me today?
I believe Janette.
I'm Kyle.
Yes, okay. Yes, Kyle is here, Andy is, I don't know where Andy is. And we have a special guest reviewer, an old friend of mine, Janette, who will be helping us out tonight.
Talking about those Digimons.
Yeah, for those of you not in the know or who didn't just blindly clicked on this, Digimon Adventure Try came out this weekend, and oh my god, the 10-year-old in me is making all kinds of weird giggly girl noises.
It was so good. You guys have just got to watch it. If you haven't watched it yet, go watch it, then come back and listen to this.
Right. There will probably be some spoilery, so heads up on that. Like we say at all these podcasts, if you like this at the end, please, do your like, comment, subscribe, and share this with your friends, because that would be awesome. Especially if your friends happen to like Digimon, because, that's cool. Alright, so, let's get into it. So, Whoa, that was weird. Anyway, basic plot of this, I think they said it takes place like 2 or 3 years after the end of season 2. All the original 8 Digidestined are now in high school. Life's kind of become normal. Everything's just kind of settling in there, and just out of fucking nowhere, fucking Kawagamon just shows up, because,
wreck some shit.
Starts wrecking shit up, and everyone's all like, what the hell? I thought we closed all the digital gates. Why are monsters showing up in the real world again? So,
I thought it was a cool throwback to the first series.
Oh, no.
That was their first monster that they fought.
I love that's, out of all the monsters they could have picked, they picked Kawagamon to be the first monster to show up, because it's like, there's so many throwbacks in this. I should say this, they keep referring this to as a film series, but it's like, I think they're releasing these in like 4 episode spurts, so they're
like what's going on, like these are currently in theater in Japan right now. Like in Japan, if you were to go over there, you'd have to go to a theater to see it. And then Crunchyroll got the rights to release them, and Crunchyroll is like doing this weird thing of putting them up as episodes on their website.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, because the episodes do pretty much just flow right into the other, which I like how they set that up. But so yeah, there's like it's broken up into 4 episodes. So basically, after Kawagamon shows up, starts fucking up shit, the partner Digimon starts showing up into the real world too, so they can fight Kawagamon off. And everyone starts getting starts reuniting with everybody. Apparently, the government is in on this now. Like, they know the Digimon exist, and like they're dangerous, and so there's government agents like snatching up the Digidestined, and I'm like, hey, look, there's bad Digimon coming into the world, and we know you saved the world back in the day, so we're just gonna call you when this shit happens.
I thought that was a thing in the 3rd series.
It was in the 3rd series, but that wasn't. Season 3 was the first season where they broke continuity and started just every series was its own thing.
Yeah, wasn't like season 3 the first Digimon series? It's like a TV show in that world.
Yeah, like it's a card game, it's a TV show to them. So basically, the first 2 seasons were a TV show for the season 3 people. So basically, season 3 takes place in our world.
Digimon is just weird. It's always been a weird series like that.
It gets pretty meta.
It's pretty ingenious like that. Like, that's one of the reasons I love it.
Yeah.
And I remember, like, when series 3 or whatever was coming out, Dairy Queen did, like, this weird promotion, and I had a Terriermon plush from...
Oh, I have a few of those. I think I've got a Guilmon, a Vmon, and I think I have Impmon too. I might have Terriermon, but
That's pretty
I
cool.
I love those. I kept bugging my parents to go to Dairy Queen just to get them. But basically, this whole series of events culminates into this new enemy, Alphamon, who I think has been in like some of the side movies before. He's an existing Digimon before this, but he basically shows up and starts just wrecking shit up, and at the end it kind of comes down to a fight between Omnimon and Alphamon before Alphamon just kind of pieces out, and that's kind of just where it ends.
Was he the hands that was grabbing all of them?
I think that was Alphamon's hand.
Okay.
Yeah, so I guess we can just go around. Janette, you're a guest. What was your impressions of these first 4 segments?
I mean, it was really good. Like, I really liked it, but it was so much darker, so much mature. Like, they're like getting into really deeper stuff, and it had a more, and like they kill off the season 2 Digimon Digidestin in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, okay. Like in the last month or two, they've been releasing like short clips of this, and they released the first 5 minutes. And the first 5 minutes, it shows like this little flashes of like the season 2. You got like Davis, Yoli, Cody, and Ken. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna say their American names because I don't remember what their Japanese names are most of the time. But it basically shows them falling to Alphamon. So I don't know if they're dead. I'm hoping they're not dead. That would be sad.
I think it would be kind of hard to survive what they went through, though.
I will say, and this is just because I saw something on Tumblr today, they already showed the promotion image for the next movie, and it does have Imperial Dramon on the cover, so it makes me wonder if the season 2s aren't dead, they're just maybe trapped now. Maybe Alphamon has them prisoner or something. But anyway, yeah, I agree with you that they're starting to hit on some harder subject matter. I mean,
yeah, and the other thing was like the characters were so much more like they're dealing with more complex life issues, like multiple characters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, go ahead.
Like for the main character that was really the youngest with Tai and the whole call to action.
Mm-hmm.
Our Digimon are going around having really damaging things, and he's also wondering, what am I going to do with my life, and what type of person am I? And it's just completely different from just the latent optimism of the first series.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Yeah, there's a big plot point in this where Tai's basically having an existential crisis, where he's kind of realizing the ramifications of having these monsters trash around it. Like, people are probably gonna get killed if they keep doing this. And like basically through the entire movie, he's very hesitant to go into fights anymore, and Matt's like always getting on his ass about it. Is like, dude, just fucking man up and get on with it.
He was having like PTSD.
Basically, yeah. Every time like a fight started, he kept having these flashbacks to all this rubble that he saw when he finally had his realization about it, and
it kept showing the cell phone, and I'm like, what's so goddamn important about this
cell
phone?
It was really fucking weird.
It's like a drinking game. Take a shot every time
Tai has a flashback.
Yeah.
Oh god. Yeah. There's a lot of new stuff. I like that they kind of got into a little more of the relationship between all the characters, because I liked it that in the beginning Ty's like basically going around trying to find all his friends because he's like, oh, you guys should come to my soccer game and watch me, and it's just kind of like sad where everyone is like, oh no, I'm busy with this other thing, I can't come, and Izzy basically telling him, is like, yeah, it just kind of sucks, we're all just kind of busy now, and it's kind of hard to get together anymore, and it's like, oh, I know that feel all too well.
I know it's so easy, like to do that when you're kids and stuff, but then you grow up and you develop your own lives with your own shifts and work schedules, and
Mm.
it's so different.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not even at that point yet; they're still in the high school.
Yeah. I mean, even in high school, that starts to get a little harder. I mean, Janette, I'm sure as you and I know, getting our entire friend circle together was a little difficult at times.
Like we had to plan that out like a month and a half in advance.
Right, exactly. It's like you just can't do things at the drop of a hat anymore.
Mm.
Yeah. I will say that I've never really been a fan of Matt's character, just because I think he's kind of a dick. And I will say
the
this.
Cyclops of that series.
Oh, God. But I will say this movie did nothing to improve upon my liking of his character, because, granted, I will admit that he basically spends the entire movie getting mad at Ty because he's like real hesitant to go into battle. But on his defense, Ty was like kind of being really secretive about why he was freezing up a lot. Yeah, I don't know.
I think they both had good points. I mean, Ty had that point about, we're going to hurt people and such, and Matt had that point of, well, if we don't do it, then the whole world's going to be destroyed.
Yeah, it's like, it's just going to get worse if we don't do anything. And I think it's kind of funny how basically they swapped personality-wise, or swapped like that kind of morality as they did in like the first series, because in the first series, Ty was like, fuck the consequences, let's go do this, and Matt was always like, motherfucker, you're gonna get us all killed if you don't slow the fuck down.
Although, that scene in the Ferris wheel, that was just, I don't even know what to make of that.
Or they're just having their bro moment.
I laughed out loud when Bergermon hit the Ferris wheel.
Why?
What?
Because it got thrown, and then it was all bounce, and then it just magically hit the Ferris wheel in the background.
Was that during the Kawagamon fight or the Alphamon fight?
It was the Alphamon fight.
Yeah.
He fucking grabbed
Dude,
her and caught Cherrymon.
Okay, I will admit, the Alphamon fight was actually kind of hilarious, because, like, the thing is, they went into this battle not knowing anything about this guy, because basically Izzy has a name. Izzy has a name. He's like, he knows his name is Alphamon, but beyond that, he's like, I got nothing on this guy. So they're like, all right, fuck it, we'll just go to champion level and just try it. And
I'm already looking at him. I'm like, okay, there's a giant knight here. Who's gonna beat it? A fucking cactus? Giant bird? I already knew they were gonna do the Omnimon thing, because he already looks like Omnimon. He's just black in a sense. And I knew, like, none of those, they're like chicken shit compared to his level, but you have to go through all these magical girl transformation.
Kyle, the transformation sequence really stuck in your craw, didn't it?
It took like 20 minutes out of a 24-minute thing. Like,
transformation scenes were awesome. I love them.
No,
it just eat up a lot of time. And you're like, okay, I get it.
They had to do that now, because I'm sure they'll speed them up later on. They're like, all right, we have the new sequences. Here's what they look like. Which I have to say, I'm kind of like not sure how I feel about the new transformation sequences compared to the old ones. Mostly because I like that it's like all 3D now, and it's like everything has like that weird hexagon aesthetic to it. But it's the very ending of the sequence that is weird to me, because they all like stop into that weird stance that it makes me look like I'm looking at an entry from the Pokedex in X and Y, where they're just kind of bobbing up and down. For
I never thought of it that way.
It's just like, oh, it's the Digimon Pokedex entry for Greymon.
I was just like, how come these guys aren't doing the transformation sequence and they're doing all the other shit? Why don't we just leave it like this?
Yeah.
Because because transformation sequences are important, and I can't explain why, but they're important.
They're just I was trying to explain this to you earlier, it's like magical girls. They're just kind of a staple of anime.
Yeah, that's basically it. I'm also a big fan of magical girls, and I like the transformation sequence in magical girl animes, so I'm biased.
That's good to know. We might do a Magical Girl episode in the future. So, um, so I this is gonna be me being a girl. I like that they started focusing more on the characters' like romantic relationships now. They were kind of like, if it was anything, they kind of glossed over a little bit in the previous series, but now they're like full on like, oh yeah, these characters might actually get together. And
Now, did Izzy and Mimi ever have a thing? I don't remember.
Digimon has been one of those things where I will say shipping, because that's the term, most of mine have come from, because that's, what I was into as a kid. And I can never decide if I thought Mimi was more appropriate for Joe or Izzy, but because she's had moments with both of them.
Yeah.
I've always been a fan of Joe and Mimi, but Joe's got a girlfriend now.
Yeah, and the scene where they actually, like, Joe admits that he has a girl, because he's like, oh, I can't meet up with you guys as much as you were wanting to because I gotta go to cram school. It's like, I don't even have time for my own girlfriend, and everyone's just, like, taken aback by that, and like, wait, Joe has a girlfriend? And they keep questioning him about it. It's like, is she even real? Is she human? And he's like, you guys are assholes, I hate you. But, yeah, you got... Joe has a girlfriend now who we've not even seen. Izzy is very much clearly has a crush on Mimi now. Because he has this whole sequence where he's like, him and TK go off and he's like, oh, I need to do some online shopping because I want to like change my my fashion style because my mom always buys my clothes. And he's such a fucking nerd because he's like, I built this program so I can just try out clothes online before I know what they look on me. It's like, Izzy, of course you would make that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's a little bit of kind of tongue-in-cheek moment between TK and Kari where TK is like...
I couldn't tell if like Kari is like doing that thing where she wants to be the girl or she really doesn't care. Cause
I think it's a little both. I think she just likes to give him shit.
I agree. She likes to give him shit.
Yeah, but I mean, I honestly feel like they have to get together. I mean, their fucking Digimon are like go hand in hand, so it's almost like,
Yeah, but this is Digimon. Digimon likes to troll us when it comes to shipping.
Yeah, it's called the ending of season 2, which I fucking hate.
Just wait. This movie series is going to do it all over. Change nothing from season 2.
Okay, this is when I heard that when Try was being made, the first thing I'm hoping that stays consistent is that or that it changes, is it retcons that epilogue at season 2. And I will tell you why. Kyle already knows where I'm going with this, don't you?
I'm ready.
Okay, so basically I from a small child, it has always bugged the living crap out of me that Tai and Sora did not end up together, because it bugged the living shit out of me. Shut up, Kyle. Because it's like, they made so many moments with them in the first season, and in the second season it's like, oh, by the way, she's with Matt. Why not?
Yeah.
And anytime they were together, it didn't make, like, they didn't seem like they had any chemistry together, and...
And like there was that movie where Tai like fucks it up with Sora, so Sora ends up with Matt instead.
Yeah, he's like sending her an email, and he said love Tai instead, or I don't know if that was just in the dub, but yeah. So there was a moment in season 2 where he like almost tries to tell her like, hey, I like you, go with me instead, but he kind of chickens out at the last second. But after watching this, I have some hope again. Because there are so many moments in this new series where the two of them are put together, and there's even a moment that kind of calls back to that movie where Tai is basically sending a text to Sora saying, like, hey, will you come to my game? And he writes at the end is like, come if you have time, and he's like, fuck it. And then he takes that part out of the message. But I really, they're sorry, I'm trying to gather my thoughts here. Anyway, and then there's another scene where Mimi, basically all the girls go off on their own, and they're like at a ramen shop or whatever, and they're just talking or whatever. And Mimi basically says, like, oh, Matt and Ty have become really handsomer now, and you just don't know which one you would pick, and just sort of almost chokes on her food. It's like, girl, you're having some issues here.
Speaking of food, his school lunch looked amazing.
Right? I want to go to their school.
Anime food always looks amazing. I don't know why.
I don't know. They put way more craft into it. It's like advertisements for food, or like the food that's on the menu when you go to a restaurant. It's not going to look like that, but it's our expectation of what it's going to look like.
Anime food always has that tender loving care.
Great. So Kyle, how did you feel about this? As I take this, you watched Digimon as a kid, but are not nearly as big a fan of it.
Man, I was all for Pokemon as a kid, and I still pretty much am.
All right.
But I don't know. This is gonna just sound kind of asshole-ish, but whatever. Anyways, I always thought that Digimon's designs were super ugly, and I still do. Like, Bergermon has like the gangly teeth, and like. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I just felt their designs were really ugly, and then they were like super complicated. And I don't know. I never really liked that fact.
That's fair.
But because I showed you my cards where it's like, hey, look at this guy. He's got belts everywhere. Like, look at Starmon's design. His arms and legs are just belts.
Everyone has belts.
Starman is fucking stupid. I'm sorry, but he is fucking stupid.
I love Starmon.
No, there's nothing redeemable about Starmon.
His attack is Meteor Shower.
Now, I do remember I had a card. It was Sheriffmon, I think, and he's just a gun.
Oh, Deputymon?
That's who it is.
He's a gun?
Yeah, and I just liked him as a kid because his attack was Russian roulette, and I thought that was funny. But anyways, I watched the first episode, and I'm like, it was mostly like the teen drama, and that's all that was really going on. Yeah. And the second episode, it was mostly transformation sequences. And like the third episode, stuff started happening, and then the fourth one, yeah. I mean, it was fine. I don't have a problem with it. I would still watch it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fun. It was better than the Pokemon anime.
Because it was allowed to mature?
Well, no, I don't know, because like Team Rocket's my boys, and I do like them.
I know.
But then again, the main character's aged a bit.
Yeah, and I kind of like that this whole coming back to these characters. It's not so much trying to cater to new fans. Like, they're not trying to draw people in. Like, this was made for the people who watched Digimon as a kid in the 90s and know these characters and know all of these the little references that they're putting into the past stuff. And as a kid of the 90s who watched Digimon on Saturday mornings every week, I greatly appreciate that.
I thought in the second series they were like full-grown adults. I felt like they were like full adults. That might be just because they were in like the school uniform, which is basically a suit or whatever, but I always thought that they were...
Man, that is a problem I have with anime all the time, where it's basically you either a small child or you're a middle-aged adult. There is no in-between.
Yeah, that's what it seems.
Because it's like everyone... basically, if you're a high schooler or a middle schooler, you're 6 feet tall.
Yeah.
It's the main problem I had with Bleach. Is like, I do not believe for a second that Ichigo is a high schooler.
Yeah, basically.
He is like 6'5", and looks 25.
So I don't know, dumb question, but is Mimi American or is she Japanese? Could never tell.
Mimi is Japanese, but she moved to America.
She's a Westaboo then.
Basically, yeah. I think in season 2, like in between, her family moved to America and they moved to New York. So that's why she's over there.
It was always hard to tell because it's the whole Japanese thing that everybody always says. Like, you have the idiots that always see it as white people, which it's never like that. I mean, it's Japanese people made it. They're Japanese. That's how they see themselves. But with Mimi, it was weird because she was basically dressed as a cowboy in the first series,
right?
In a sense, and then
wasn't she like? Yeah, wasn't she like obsessed with America or something?
Oh, yeah, pretty much. Anytime they hear from her, she's always going on about how great America is. And though I will be honest, her season 2 outfit very much screams Japan because she dyed her hair pink with stars in it. And
I loved her season 2 outfit.
I like it in so much in the fact that it is very her. It's like, of course, that's what you'd look like. But just one little thing that, if I could say anything that has bugged me about this, as I think, well, I guess 2 things, but I'll get to the second one in a minute. It seemed really convenient for them to shoehorn Mimi into the thing, or into the plot, because they're like, alright, she's gonna basically tie it, like, on just as a joke, invites her to come to her soccer game, even though she lives on the fucking other side of the planet. She shows up, and she's like, oh, I was gonna come visit you guys anyway. And then she shows up at school the next day. It's like, oh, I'm going to your school now. My dad has some business here, so I'm going to be joining your class now. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I actually think there's something going on with Mimi that they haven't revealed to us yet, or they're very subtly hinting at. Because
her dad works for the government. Maybe. It's going to end up like that.
A really effeminate dad.
Yeah. But, but the thing is about Mimi is she's acting like she hasn't matured since the previous series.
Yeah, she hasn't really changed that much.
And like
she's pretty much the same character. Yeah,
and all the other characters have changed a lot. So I'm thinking that she's hiding something, and I don't know what it is.
Well, I'm hoping that the next movie focuses more on her and Joe, which because the cover has both of their Digimon's mega forms on it, so we're probably going to be seeing everybody's mega form finally.
Sweet.
But that was the other thing, speaking of Joe, is the other thing that bugged me. And it's the problem I have with the season 2 as well, is that Joe kind of gets pushed to the side a lot. Like, I get it that he is very academic focused and he has a lot of school stuff to go a lot, but almost he's only in like maybe 10% of this this first series. He didn't take place in any of the fights. He's mostly shown at school or telling the other characters that he can't make it to something. So I'm really hoping that they make Joe give him a point to his character, I guess.
Yeah.
With that.
He's gonna be the suicidal businessman. Like, it's gonna happen.
Becomes a doctor.
I really hope that Joe does appear more, though. Like, he was always one of my favorite characters, and I understand that a lot of what's going on with Joe's character is the difference between our culture and Japanese culture, but at the same time, what he's become is so sad.
Yeah, he's so school focused that it's really kind of depressing.
Not only is he school focused, he's sucking at school, so he's not even good at what he's devoted his life to.
Yeah, and that's kind of where I'm hoping it goes, where he kind of just says fuck school and like my friends need me, and he goes off to fight, stops being a pussy.
At least this guy came over to see him.
What? Oh yeah, Goemon just like kind of runs off at some point and is like, well, Joe's not here, so I'm gonna go find him. And then he finds him.
See, like, when he came through the window, I'm like, that design is so ugly for him. Like, he's an ugly character, and then I'm like, but he's so kind of cute.
Goemon's adorable.
It's like, I don't know. He's got like this red mohawk, which is weird to me, and then like giant claws. He borders like ugly and cute for me.
Yeah.
It's weird.
I feel like it's a lot of the rookie stage Digimon. They're adorable, but they're really kind of off. I would not try to like sell this. He's not Pikachu. We'll put it that.
The best Digimon are definitely the cutest. If you're looking for cute, the baby Digimon are definitely the cute ones.
Yeah.
I
But
like
then, you get to hardcore, like, fucking armor-plated and
Mecha.
fucking spikes on everything.
I like that Getomon is a fucking dog.
Yeah,
As a rookie.
that was always weird to me. It goes from a dog to a cat to an angel.
Yeah.
Isn't she
right.
a she?
Yeah. It just, one last thing real quick. I actually do like that Gatomon, despite being, like, a third the size of all the other Megas, is actually, shown fighting at champion level now.
Who?
Yeah.
Gatomon, because like in the whole fight with
Oh.
the 3 Kawagamons, she's basically riding on Angemon, and she like just jumps off, starts punching shit in the face, and then jumps back.
One thing I did like is that they're treating the rookie ones almost as children.
Mm-hmm.
And when they had them at home, the mom was like saying stuff, and then they're like repeating it, and then she's like getting happy.
I love that Ty's mom just like accepts that there's a thing now.
Yeah, like that scene was really
Right.
that scene was really cute. They're basically acting like kids, and even on the ride in the van, they were like all asleep like kids would be, and
Yeah.
I kind of dug that.
It's adorable.
They're basically children in a sense.
Yeah. I think even in the Japanese, like I think it's called the child stage.
Yeah.
So there you go. Well, I think we need to wrap it up here. So
One other thing I wanted to say too was the whole digital space thing that he was like, where they can jump through TVs and stuff.
Mhm.
I know that's going to be a plot point. One way is
I
their
agree
device
with that.
is going to get destroyed or something, and they're not going to be able to call upon them. Something like
Yeah.
that's going to happen.
Something like that. So, Janette, do you have any final thoughts on this before we
I'm
head out?
just so excited there's a Maine Coon Digimon. Like, that is the best thing ever.
Oh yeah, we didn't even talk about there's another Digidestin now, and she has a Maine Coon cat.
I knew something was up with her, and I was really hoping, even though it probably sounds stupid, I was hoping that she would be a Digimon. Because
like
they're all
person?
monsters and shit, and I was hoping that would be like a human Digimon fusion something. I don't know. I thought it would be cool. It's
Hey,
never been done.
maybe it is. We don't know. We don't know anything about this girl yet. So
She looked like Ken as a girl.
yeah, a little bit. Well, but yeah, basically, this was a really great thing. I'm so happy it's finally out. I've been waiting for this for like a year or however long they announced it. The first group of basically that first 2 seasons have always been my favorite of Digimon. I always really love those characters, so I'm very happy that everyone's back now, and we get to see more of them. So, and there's there's supposed to be 6 movies, so we're 1 out of 6 right now, so still got a long way to go.
Damn.
All right. Well, I think that about wraps it up for this review. Janette, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I really had a good time.
Yeah, it was awesome. We're needing someone that actually knows something about Digimon other than me and Kyle, and that was awesome that you could help us out tonight. So again, everyone, thank you for listening. Like I said at the beginning of the show, if you enjoyed this, please share it with your friends. Like, comment, subscribe to our YouTube. In the description, there's links to all our personal pages as well as our social media pages. We're on basically everything, Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, all that good stuff. Yeah, I think that about wraps it up. All right, so I'm going to stop rambling now. All right, good night, everybody. Thanks for listening.
See ya.
Bye.